What is conduct in criminal law? In U.S. criminal law, the term most closely associated with conduct is actus reus, the external, physical element of a crime. Actus reus includes a voluntary act or a legally relevant omission that produces or is linked to a prohibited result. Involuntary movements, e.g., reflexes, convulsions, do not normally satisfy this element. Legal basis and structure. Criminal offenses typically require 1. A physical element, conduct/actus reus, 2. A mental element, mens rea, and 3. Causation when a result is part of the offense. The Model Penal Code and American case law define and refine what counts as a voluntary act and when an omission can ground liability, usually when law or special relationship imposes a duty to act. Voluntary acts versus omissions. A voluntary physical act is an affirmative movement that the actor controls. An omission becomes relevant if the defendant had a legal duty to act, for instance, statutory duty, contractual duty, a special relationship, or if the defendant created the danger. Without such a duty, a mere failure to rescue is typically not criminal. Relationship with mens rea. Conduct, actus reus, is evaluated separately from the defendant's mental state. To convict, the prosecution must typically prove both that the defendant engaged in the requisite conduct and that she had the required mens rea, intent, knowledge, recklessness, or negligence, at the time of that conduct. Example 1, Action. A person intentionally shoots another. The voluntary act of firing is the actus reus. Intent to kill would satisfy mens rea for many homicide statutes. Example 2, Omission. A parent or caregiver who neglects a dependent and thereby causes death may be criminally liable where a legal duty to act exists. By contrast, a bystander who sees a stranger drowning but has no duty to act will usually not be criminally liable for failing to rescue. Proof and practical tips. When analyzing a case, separate the physical conduct from mental state and causation. Ask, was there a voluntary act or a duty to act? Was the result proximately caused by that conduct? These questions structure the assessment of criminal liability. Summary. Conduct in U.S. criminal law is the observable, voluntary act or legally significant omission that forms the objective core of an offense, actus reus. Determining whether conduct meets statutory and common law requirements is the first step before addressing culpability and defenses.